Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo podcast. What do we got in the way of horror movies today? Should we look through the horror movie Rolodex and find something?
Tiny, unknown, obscure horror movie that's had 7 versions of it.
I know.
Yeah.
Scream 7. I mean, I remember the original Scream, which was directed by Wes Craven, of course.
Yeah.
A classic horror director. Came out on Christmas Day back in 1995 or 1996, and went to see it. It was a lot of fun. It was sort of like just it was like it was the characters knew about horror movies, and they talked.
That's
about
what I loved about it.
Yeah,
the meta, inside, like movie fans, in a horror situation, how would they act? I feel like they kind of threw that out. That was my favorite part of the first one.
Right.
Now I feel like they kind of got rid of that. Now they're playing on these archetypes they kind of created with the Courteney Cox and journalists and all the kind of same kids. And I feel like they kind of got rid of the idea that we're playing with movie tropes, which I kind of miss.
Right.
Yeah, but we have a great new slasher, and that's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Neve Campbell is back too, who she's been in all the films, even if sometimes she was just had a little cameo. But and Matthew Lillard, who was one of the original killers from the first one, along with Skeet Ulrich, right?
Yeah. They were the two. That was the other thing. They were Ghostface. Yep, that was him.
And Kevin Williamson, who wrote the original, he's directing and he co-wrote the screenplay. So we're having some
maybe we'll bring that back.
action.
Maybe that'll bring it back, because Sydney wasn't in the last one. The character Sydney, Neve Campbell.
Right.
They didn't want to pay her.
Yeah, weird.
Right. So now they're making up for that by paying her to be the star of this one. So that's good. So that makes me think that maybe it'll come back to a little bit more of the nature of the first one. I hope so. I hope it's a little more about movie fan service. That'll be fun. Let's find out.
Right.
Yeah.
Comes out February 27th of next year. So
stay tuned after. We're going to talk about the poster too. So that'll be
cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Let's check it out. Scream 7.
Scream 7. That's amazing.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. And action.
This is it.
Can't believe we're staying at the Psycho Killer B&B.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector.
They're like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
It's always the same voice.
Did you miss me?
I know.
Nice little town.
Texas Chainsaw.
You and your pretty daughter
Horror movie poster.
reminds me of where we grew up.
Well, you sure know a lot about me for another asshole hiding behind a voice changer.
Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney. Not this time.
Down to the end.
I want to be a fighter, like you. If you hurt her.
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
Let's unmask this fucker.
All your friends died for just being near you.
Where is my daughter? Tatum, listen to me. He's trying to find another way in. We're gonna do this together. You're gonna have to shoot him through the wall. Where? To the right of the door. Shoot him now! Do it now! Oh, you got it. He's dead. You need to make sure you shoot him in the head.
I'm gonna burn it all down.
Mother!
This is gonna be fun.
They show too much. Okay. But will Sydney survive? I don't know.
I was never scared of the Scream monsters with Scream. I just never really I guess it's just running around with a knife and stuff. It just never. I guess it's going for a certain thing.
Yeah,
Not sure what that is. You know?
It's that assumption. It's one of those assumptions that this thing has survived or whatever, and nobody has ever shot it.
No, they're always different.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like there's always someone else being. That's what's interesting about it. Like I feel like it's always like an imitator, like a new person is Ghostface every time. And so they killed off Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich got killed in the first one. They were the killers. So then every time there's a new person pretending to be it's a Ghostface. And so now there's someone always doing that, apparently. Every time.
Yeah, you can get that mask at the store or anywhere.
Yeah, that's what they make fun of. The fact you just buy the mask.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that, like Courteney Cox and Neve Campbell, maybe for the last couple before this one, they're the ones that they're always going after those two, or their family. And I'm wondering, is there a reason for it? Much like, sort of the made up thing in Halloween that Laurie Strode.
Right, Laurie Strode,
I think because in the first one, she got Courteney Cox in a way kind of made her famous by making her the hero of the story. Like they were pursuing her for a certain reason because they were at the same high school, but she became kind of the face of this series. And so I think she's the famous one everyone wants to get. So if you're going to pretend to be Ghostface, who do you want to get? You want to get her. So they're always kind of pursuing her in one level, I think, kind of. I might be giving it too much credit, but that's how I see it. But I like the idea that it's just a Halloween costume someone puts on, basically, and then be the killer. But it's always kind of the same. They always want to play into it the same way it has always been in the movies, which is another kind of meta thing that playing off of that fame of the character, but it's not really supernatural. So that's kind of funny that way.
And it's kind of meta in a weird way to a reference kind of to Halloween a little bit, because, the mask in Halloween is actually a Halloween mask of William Shatner, believe it or not. I know people like us know this, but we people that like horror films know that it's a William Shatner mask that they painted white, but
now they've customized it. It doesn't look anything like William Shatner anymore. Now it's a custom mask. They didn't just like grab a mask anymore, which I kind of miss. I kind of like the original like William Shatner face.
They
now
cut the eyes out bigger.
Michael Myers. Yeah, now it just looks like Michael Myers. But
William Shatner actually took one of those masks and put like flesh colored makeup on it and the eyebrows and everything, and put it on his Facebook and said, I put makeup on the Michael Myers mask, and it really doesn't look like me at all.
That's really funny.
That is really funny. Well, what's kind of interesting? First of all, think about it. We had, Wes Craven created this character. So, and he's a horror maestro. He's amazing. He's done some incredible. Nightmare on Elm Street was another one. He's great. I just saw Robert Englund get a star on the Hollywood Walk, and he's so cool. Robert Englund's one of those too. Like, he's one of those guys. He played a killer in these old horror movies, still keeping it together, still playing with it, still playing to the fans, still loves his horror fame.
Super
and he
nice guy.
Like he's there at the Hollywood Walk of Fame using the big silver, Nightmare on Elm Street hand. But Wes Craven's done some incredible horror movies. So he created this as a way to, like you said, do the sort of fan service of like the meta horror fans pretending to be killers, pretending they're in a horror movie, and then everyone's kind of reacting like, how would you act in a horror movie? That's how you survive, by playing off that. I love that idea. They kind of got rid of a little bit of that. I mean, how many of these did Wes Craven actually direct? Like
just
3?
The first one, I think. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, I think maybe the first like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I'll actually look that up.
Again, asking a question I don't know the answer to.
No, that's okay.
We have to look it up.
Let's see. We should know that.
No. But he did some great. So actually, the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie is actually really weird and good and scary.
I love it. Yeah, that's a great.
So he directed the first 4.
Wow.
And then after his death, the other ones took over. That started with Scream in 2022. So Wes Craven has done all of the Scream movies until 2022 when he died.
Yeah.
Wow.
You think he could at least come back from the dead to direct the rest? I don't know why.
Of all people,
and they should make a movie about that.
Yeah.
Also, Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes. I mean, those are real intense movies. There's nothing playful about those. Those are definitely like
he was incredible.
They're crazy and scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So now we have so he's basically, they're basically bringing back this great slasher series, and they have but they always refresh it by having a new face, new people, new motives behind the mask. So the last one, Scream, was they had 3 guys who were obsessed with Ghostface, and led by Dylan McDermott.
German
that was
Mulroney.
right.
Yeah.
Dylan Ryan. I always confuse those 2 guys.
Yeah.
Of course.
But they were obsessed. So they had a whole warehouse full of collectibles, murder collectibles of the previous Ghostface murders, which I thought was a cool insider thing too. Uber fans who then wanted to be Ghostface, which is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
So now this one, I don't know what's happening, but they're going to do it. So
yeah.
we have a movie poster. Boom. Okay. So I think it's interesting that they're tying in. This is the first time I think any of these posters that had that super warm palette, which I think is an interesting switch, because usually this has always been cool tones and blue. And so they're really leaning into the fire. And I wonder if burning it all down means they're going to take out everything that has to do with the previous movies and kind of reboot this thing in a weird way. Now, it didn't look like a super reboot, but I like the idea of that, because now they're going to pass the mantle maybe to Sydney's daughter. Maybe that's where it's going to go. But
is that a cross in the knife?
That's the house burn.
That line down there, interestingly, in knives like that, the reason there's that indentation is a horrible horror movie idea. The reality of it is because when you stab something, it lets the blood come out.
Oh,
it's a little trough.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's interesting. So that's probably the real knife. I worked on the previous Scream, and so we had a lot of photo shoots with the actual Scream knife, and it has that little trough in them.
Yeah.
And it's huge.
Okay, cool.
It's a huge knife.
You see those on knives and bayonets and things.
Yeah. So that's very cool. So they have the house burning inside the knife, which I think maybe that whole burn it all down, maybe that happens sooner than we think, because it seems to be a theme in the movie. But Kevin Williamson started this thing with Wes Craven, so I hope that he brings that that sensibility that they started off with, which I hope.
Yeah.
And they have all the fan favorites. And first they killed off David Arquette from a
lot of people have been killed off. Like this, aside from Neve Campbell and Courteney Cox, everybody's new.
Pretty much everyone's new. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they bring back Matthew Lillard. That would be funny.
Yeah. He's always great.
I didn't actually die.
Yeah.
With the handlebar mustache, like his twin.
Right.
They do like in Young and the Restless or something.
He was the bad twin. I'm the good twin.
His identical cousin.
Get Patty Duke.
Yeah.
I know. But this looks fun. It doesn't look like it initially brings anything new, but it brings some fun, comfortable fan service. Now, I'm a little worried because they're dumping it in February, which usually means not great.
Trouble. That's trouble.
It also means not a lot of competition. And I think people still might be wanting to see that. So we'll see what happens.
But I think it's going to deliver what people expect and what you want. And hopefully they add a few little things, because there's something about movies like this that people are always drawn to. And it's not just that. I mean, a lot of times it's like the reason we watch certain TV series. We know what's going to happen. We kind of know what, Perry Mason is going to do this thing in the courtroom and the killer's going to stand up and say, I did it, but you like it. You like to see it again and again because it's comforting, but they always have to put something in there that changes it in a way that makes it new.
That's right. Well,
it's
a good theater movie because if you go and people are jumping and screaming and laughing, that's fun. I mean, it just is,
And it's kind of comfortable, the characters, the franchise. Now, the thing is, though, Scream doesn't hold back. I mean, the last film, Scream 6, really hardcore murders. People you like. It was like, whoa. Now, the last Scream grossed $169 million worldwide and was a huge success. Wow. It exceeded the $100 million domestically since 1997. It was the biggest Scream movie since 1997.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. So I'm sure they have high hopes for this one because people are really into this horror thing right now.
Yeah.
So I will see it.
People want escapism right now.
Yeah. You want to see escapism with people you love getting murdered. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Let's know what you think. Which one's your favorite Scream movie? I have to say one because we got that whole, name.
Yeah.
Great Drew Barrymore
the classic
scene where she's doing the movie trivia.
Yeah.
I love that so much. All right. Catch you guys later.
Bye. Everybody.